Hey, how's it going, YouTube? It's TAG97 again. Hope all you're doing very well today. We're going over the SIG P365XL 9mm. And before we get started today, I want to tell you guys I have Instagram. Just go down below to the description, find the link, go to that link for Instagram, hit that follow button, and get anything that's exclusively happening on my Instagram. And you can message me personally and directly instead of going down in the comment section to ask me a question for a video. I will also want to thank my viewers, subscribers, and of course the Patreon donors. You guys are always highly appreciated. I love you guys with the bottom of my heart, and I can never thank you enough for all the support you guys do. I also want to thank the lender for today's video, Anthony. Thank you very much, brother, for lending your firearm, and let's get started. Okay, so let's get started with the educational part of this video, or the specifications as you're familiar with. So, before I get started with that, I want to talk about the Streamlight real quick. So the Streamlight that's on here is the TLR6. It's a laser light combo. No, it does not come with the firearm. Just if you had any questions, I answered your question right there, just so you don't have to ask me what kind of laser light combo is on the firearm. So with that being said, let's get into how small or big this firearm is. And honestly, as you can tell, it's very small. So the overall length of this firearm is going to be leaving at 6.6 inches. And that barrel length is going to leave you at 3.7 inches. So overall, it's a very small, compact handgun. And if you didn't see on the slide already, there is ability to put a red dot if you just take that plate off, and you'll be good to go by mounting it. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff about this video. The magazines that this comes with and the options that you can choose from. The ammo that we use for today's video, and the best recommended grain by me. So since we're talking about that, I'm going to put the firearms aside, and no need to talk about at the moment. And let's talk about these magazines. So you get one 12+1 round magazine, stainless steel, definitely durable for sure. You can also change out the base plates on these, so if you need extension and you have bigger hands like me, that's also an option. You'll also, speaking of options, you can also put these in the standard SIG P365 instead of the XL. Now keep in mind, you can't take the standard one and put it in the XL, but you can take the XL and put it into the standard one. A little confusing, I know. You also have the option of a 15 rounder too if you want to give you extra extension for grip as well. So since I'm done talking about the magazine, let's talk about the ammunition we use for today's video, and I will show you a picture. Today we use Winchester 124 grain. Definitely recommend Winchester all the time because I have 0 to none malfunctions with this ammunition, and I've been using Winchester for many, many years, and I probably will continue to use them as I get older. Now, the best recommended grain by me for 9mm is going to be 115 all the way to 147 grain. Those I found are the sweet spot in between two. Using those grains, full metal jacket, hollow point, does not matter. Seems to work for best accuracy and precision with 9mm. Okay, so now it's time for my favorite part of the video, the trigger poundage test. Now, it does say on the website, and what I heard from other people, it's between 6 and 8 pounds, and I want to see from my trigger poundage test tool to see if that is correct. And as you can see, it's 0, so there's no trickery going on, and let's get started right into it. So I'm going to slightly pull on this to get the estimation, and like I said before, people were saying it's between 6 and 8. Okay, so that time I got roughly 7.5. So that's a little bit more than I thought it was going to be. Let's try again just to make sure, because keep in mind this is estimation, not a guarantee kind of thing. Now if it was like electronic and a better version of this, then yes, I'd probably get a stronger estimation, but from what it is what it is kind of deal. Okay, so that time I actually got just slightly over 6 pounds, as you can see. Just slightly over, not by much. So, I don't feel comfortable with that. Let's get one more test, just to make sure. Because that was kind of a little bit off. That was like almost a pound over. So, try one more time. And here we go, slightly pulling on it again to get the estimation. Okay, so that time I got 6.5. So, that's a little bit better estimation right there. So, overall, between 6 to 7.5 maybe, or 7 pounds roughly. So I see what people are saying that it's a little heavier trigger than they like, or if it's roughly an 8 pounder. So they're not too wrong. But keep in mind that just an estimation tool. It's not going to give you 100% accuracy, but it lets you know where your trigger is. Okay, so let's get into questions that you've probably been asking yourself since we began this video. What is the weight and MSRP? So this small little firearm is weighing in at 1.3 30 pounds, which is extremely light if you ask me, and obviously it's really small as well. And in ounces, or the configuration to ounces, is going to be leaving you at 20.7 ounces. Now, everyone's least favorite subject, the MSRP, is a little bit heavy for this handgun. So, the MSRP beginning price is going to be $599, and to the highest of what I've seen is $699. So, it's not the cheapest gun out there, but I always believe in the theory, you buy cheap, you buy twice, so you might as well put the money into it. And I'm going to explain a little bit more details on why I would recommend this to you. Okay, so now that I'm done with the specifications or the educational part of the video, let's talk about how I personally feel about this firearm. Now keep in mind, I'm always bias free when it comes to doing my reviews. I'm always trying to be 100% honest as always when I'm doing a firearm review, regardless of the rumors and things I've heard. Now I did hear rumors about SIG, obviously from Glock fans, saying that it drops on the ground or you throw it, it goes off. Now there was a test done saying that it has to be hit at a certain exact point, and they even did a recall, SIG did, saying that they would replace that part that was having malfunction issues that would make it go off by dropping it. So that was just all rumors I kept hearing, and now that I got to know the truth, I'm glad that SIG took their time to fix that. Mainly probably because they didn't want to get sued. I don't blame them. So other than that, let's get into what I actually don't like about it. So the only thing I really don't like is the high cost of the MSRP for this firearm, and the trigger is not the greatest in my opinion, and also the fact there's no safety on this model. Now I do know that they make models for safeties, but this one in particular doesn't. And like I said, the trigger is not the greatest in my opinion. I wish it was just a slightly lighter. It just feels a little too heavy, but I understand because there's no safety on this model, and that's probably the best thing you can do, because it's not like Glock where you have that safety on the trigger. So other than that, let's get into how and why I really like it. Alright, so the reasons on why I like this firearm, and you may be surprised, the size and the capacity. So the capacity is very nice. It holds 12 rounds, like I said, as its standard, which is really awesome. It's better than 10, and I'm a fan of 10, but I wish I could always carry more. So 12 rounds is really awesome, and such a compact grip, you know, like really small. I really love the magazine well, makes it easier to do faster reloads. The accuracy of this firearm blows my mind. So I took 5 shots at the steel, 5 out of 5 my first time shooting this, so it was very accurate right out of the box. I really like that it's just a good firearm. The sights are also NVG capability, which is really cool. And they're just really good sights. The fact that you can take off the plate and put a red dot, that's really cool. Customization as well. I hear that you can take off certain parts, replace this, put aftermarket parts. I even seen Gucci SIGs. So they're just customizable as Glocks, and I really like that. I really love the beaver tail, even though I personally don't think I would ever get slide by. It's just a good confident thing knowing that I won't get it. I really like the stippling that's on this firearm. It's very grippy, and I have really bad tendencies to have sweaty hands. Even right now when I'm talking to you, I get sweaty hands, unfortunately. So getting that tight grip on there is really awesome for me. Other than that, this firearm is really nice. Had 0 to none malfunctions with it, and just getting used to it was really fast and easy. So all those rumors I kept hearing about SIG were all lies, I guess. And they changed my mind 100%, so kudos SIG. Good job for you guys changing a Glock fan's feeling about a SIG, so good job for you guys, 100%. So highly recommended by me, TAG97. Okay, so now that I'm done with all that talking about how I feel about it, let's get into everyone's favorite subject, the shooting compilation. If you did skip to this part, I always recommend you go back. If not, no worries. Skip to your favorite parts. Just make sure you hit that like button and, of course, subscribe, because it's always highly appreciated. I love you guys so much, especially when I get a notification saying you guys subscribing. It makes my day. It makes me smile. It really does. So I can't thank you guys enough, really. So without further ado, let's get into what you've really been waiting for, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. So as you see, the SIG P365XL is definitely awesome. Good at reloading, accurate, and highly recommended by me. So this is TAG97 approved. And like I said before, kudos SIG for changing my mind about you guys. And I'm glad I got to shoot one of your firearms. I'm very satisfied, and I'm blown away, really I am. So good job for you guys. And I want to show you a picture real quick of the accuracy. So at 7 yards, it took 3 rounds to the best of my ability, and the same thing at the 25-yard line. I did the best of my ability with 3 rounds. Yes, I understand it's a short handgun. It's not big at all. So the accuracy at further distances will kind of vary with different guns that you've seen me review in the past. So the best of my ability with how small this handgun is, that was the best I can do. Other than that, it's still extremely accurate for how small it is, and definitely compact for sure. Other than that, I had a blast shooting it, and I hope if you ever buy one that you do too. If you did like this video, make sure you hit that like button and of course subscribe, because it's always highly appreciated. I got nothing more for y'all. I love you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next time, and thank you so much for watching.